Out to my studio guest, because what about this whole issue of sending Christmas cards? I have to say, there's still something nice about getting one, but being bothered to write one and send one and buy one, it's really different. I don't bother, I may as well be honest. Christmas cards are certainly on the decline. Last year, 1 billion cards were sent. That's still a brave bit, but 100 million less than that expected this year, about 900,000, but still more than e-cards. Or emails, just with a wee picture of Santa. Anyway, with that one in hand, Michael O'Donnell's been out today asking the Christmas shoppers among you if you really still send or even receive a proper card.
No.
Why is that?
Well, I sort of give money to charities instead, and then I just hand out to local neighbours and family.
Do you receive as many Christmas cards as you would have done in the past?
Definitely not, no. Not half as many as we used to, no.
Are you a card sender?
Absolutely not. But I never was. No.
You never were?
No.
Do you still send Christmas cards?
Some, not very many.
Do you send as many as you maybe used to in the past?
No.
Why is that?
Just because it's gone down a lot. It's gone down a lot, you know.
Do you find you're receiving fewer Christmas cards as well as the years go on?
Yes, indeed.
I mostly now I would say Christmas mass cards rather than Christmas cards.
What's a Christmas mass card?
It's just for a mass for the whole family. You know what I mean? It's a mass gets said to them, like, you know, local shops would do them, like, you know.
And do you receive as many Christmas cards as you might have done in the past?
No, not really, not to be honest, no. Probably about, I would get maybe about 25, maybe 30, you know,
That still seems quite a lot.
That's quite a lot, you know, but sort of when my mother was alive and that there was more sort of, every time you looked, there was a dozen. Every day leading up to Christmas, there was a dozen lying on the mat.
Do you still send Christmas cards?
I do a little, yes. But
as many as you used to?
No, getting too old.
You're not too old at all. Well, why do you think it is that people are sending and receiving fewer cards?
The younger generation, I don't think, you know, they're all into these different things, so no.
Well, you're the younger generation. Do you still send cards?
I do, yes. Yeah. Not as many as probably had done, but certainly do, yeah.
You still send Christmas cards?
No, don't send them.
Did you used to?
I used to.
When did you stop?
Not anymore. More convenient to use the internet.
Do you still receive as many cards then?
A couple.
You must receive. There must be excitement of the postman, the letterbox, the rattle, open them up to see who they're from.
Well, not a lot of excitement, really. No. I've a fair idea who they're coming from.
You don't get a wee envelope with a few bob on it, maybe at Christmas?
No, never. No, unfortunately not, no.
Do you still send Christmas cards?
Not too many. No, not too many. But it's still a good idea to send them, you know.
How many would you send now?
Well, I would usually deliver them myself.
The postman's holiday for you.
That's it. My friends aren't too far away from me, so it's just handy to throw them in the door, you know.
Do you send as many as you used to?
No.
A lot of people are saying that. Why do you think it is?
I don't know. I think that there's that many celebrations now, which is a good thing in our town, that Christmas is just another one they celebrate.
See, Michael O'Donnell asking the questions. Our digital guru, Professor Kevin Curran from the Ulster University, joins us. Kevin, are you a card man? I was going to say cricket card, a Christmas card man?
No, I've never been.
I was going to say you'd probably be the least actual Christmas card person in Ireland.
Yeah. I mean, the whole thing was started by the post office themselves, 180 years ago. But it's just, it's just lost some of the value it used to have. In fact, the most valuable Christmas cards you would get were the ones where it would have a family photograph of the people. And that was genuinely interesting because you would see, who your nephew, your niece, their family, whatever else, and it served a purpose. But now, with things like Facebook, you're following all the people that you don't see from year to year, and you see their photographs anywhere. So even that core Christmas card, which was the most valuable, has lost its meaning because you're more in touch with these people who live remotely. So
almost like when you were a kid. When we were a kid, it was almost like a show-off thing. You got the strings along the wall and go, no, got 147, and you tried to sort of compare your mates who was the most popular people by the amount of Christmas cards you had strung up around the whole house.
You couldn't have, but with the first class stamp being 65p, that would cost you about £100 to get 150, to send 150 back. So, So with e-cards again, which is the alternative, you do save money, whatever else, if you wanted to go down that route. But there is a cost to it, but it is nice. I mean, goodness, sorry, I don't sound like a humbug. They're lovely. But the trend, I don't have to put up a bar graph here to show that the trend is really.
It is about 10th a year. They say we happened to pick Anita Robinson's brain earlier this morning, and Anita says it'll be a Christmas text from me. It's bone idleness. I have lost my manners, says the most mannerly woman in the land. And though a card is lovely, she says it's killing the trees. Kevin, human beings have always changed their mind about stuff. Before Christmas cards, it'd have been something different. After Christmas cards, there'd be texts. Rise and fall of newspapers, all the rest. We change our mind. We change our behaviour.
We do, but there was definitely. I just don't see the relevance of them in modern life, apart from the fact that someone has sent you a card, they've taken the time out to send you and to spend money on you. So again, that's a lovely gesture, and I would tell no one to stop that, because generally, your average person might send 25, 30, 40, and that's not going to break the bank. So it still is a lovely thing to do. So goodness, please keep sending them. But
first Christmas card was a family looking slightly sozzled. It wasn't popular. It was designed by John Calcott Horsley for Henry Cole in 1843. So they're the ones we have to blame.
Yeah, and there's alternative services as well, in between, which I'm not a fan of the e-cards. I just see that as spam.
What do you do? Do you send anything?
No, I don't know. If I want to talk to someone, I'll send them a personal email or pick up the phone.
Yeah.
But pick up the phone, very unlikely. I'll send a personal email just thinking about you, because it's not just going into someone's inbox and it looks like I bulk send it everyone, really. It's just adding to the emails coming in, the interruptions they get in life. But again, also, if you're too lazy to actually get out, or just you never got around to sending the Christmas card, like today you might still have time, because there's services like Moonpig and Funky Pigeon where you select a card, then you type the message, and then you give the address, obviously, and they'll send out a physical card to the person that you have given the address
to.
So
a crossover. But surely your kids are making video cards and clever things. I see one of your son's designs, like Hollywood movies. Is he not sending e-cards with little fancy?
It doesn't make sense to them. It's not part of the culture. The people that they want to communicate with, they're communicating with them. They're linked to them on Snapchat. Yes.
So they're not missing them all year. They see them every day.
Exactly.
Yes. I think that was a big part of it, because the Christmas card was maybe for somebody, Auntie Helen, that you never saw for 9 months. But I suppose anybody on social media these days is automatically linked up to literally hundreds of friends all the blooming time.
Yeah, I can't think of any family member who is not part of my life that I'm not linked up to really on Facebook. Yeah.
Wow. All right then. Some feedback coming back from listeners just finally. Kevin, I did send real ones this year, says Siobhan Mullen, but it'll be my last. 98p for a first class stamp, ridiculous. And we checked that it is 98p for one of the bigger cards. The standard fee is 63.65. Marty reports £28 to send 50 cards yesterday. Second class, he's not happy. Basically, Charlene says she still sends the real stuff, homemade, with pictures of the kids looking all Christmassy. It's a nice way. She's put a heck of a lot. She posts it actually of Ivy Doot and wee Isaac there on. It's a cracker looking wee card. Real cards, only way to go, says Martha. Love them. Tanya, it's not e-cards, it's the cost of post that's killing off the cards, the actual cards. Still send cards, says Sheila Higgins, but just to friends I don't see all the time. Price of postage is prohibitive. Carmel says I send cards, but I like receiving them, and it's only once a year, so you can donate to charities the other 51 weeks. And finally, Paul O'Connor says I still buy the cards and I post them. You don't lick stamps anymore. He's right. And look at folk moan about the price of stuff. You don't complain about a bar of chocolate or if you smoke or drink, because that all costs more. He's absolutely right, isn't it? Yes. It's easy to have a poke at Christmas cards, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's a lovely gesture. What I would say to people about the e-cards is to watch the services that they use, because these people will collect the emails addresses and they'll use it for marketing purpose. So if you think you're doing a nice gesture by sending an e-card to a friend, literally you're adding them to a database, which marketers will then spam them later. There's also the worry about viruses and spyware being added to these e-cards again. So I would say, look, at either send a real card or don't. Just send a personal email. And if you're gonna have to send a greeting card, create it in your own, add your own images, create it yourself within your editor and send it. Don't use a third-party service.
Gotcha. And real cards are still good when they've got a tenner inside them. Those are, we can't be doing away with those. Those were always the best ones. Right, Kevin, thank you for that. Professor Kevin Curran there on the demise, statistically the demise of the actual card, although still many millions of them being posted, and changing times. I think there is a sense of changing times because we're so connected these days. Christmas was one of the few times you connected again with people, but I suppose with Twitter and all the rest these days, we're more connected than maybe half the time we even want to be.